Hello and welcome to Take on Tech. This is yet another exciting episode where we'll be keeping you up to date on matters technology. Apart from tech news, today we'll be featuring an innovator who started off in the energy sector but has now transitioned to agri-tech, and he's revolutionizing this particular space. You'll catch up on that later on, but now let's catch up on the news. My name is Stephanie Ayeta and the hashtag to use is Take on Tech at KBC Channel 1.
In our tech news today, the Ministry of Energy in Kenya is actively promoting the adoption of e-mobility as part of its broader strategy to transition towards cleaner and more sustainable energy solutions. E-mobility, which involves the use of electric vehicles and other forms of electric transport, is seen as a key component in reducing greenhouse gas emissions, decreasing reliance on fossil fuels, and improving urban air quality. To support the growth of e-mobility, the Ministry of Energy is investing in the development of charging infrastructure across the country. This includes the installation of public charging stations in urban areas, highways, and other strategic locations. The government is also encouraging private sector investment in charging infrastructure to ensure that the network is robust and widespread.
We are cognizant that in the next few years, the demand for electricity will expand across this country, across all counties, and we have plans to strengthen our distribution network to manage the need.
To put this in perspective, Kenya's peak demand stood slightly above 2,100 megawatts against an installed capacity of 3,600 megawatts. Kenya Power has indicated that the unutilized 1,000 megawatts is enough to power 50,000 buses and 2 million motorcycles during off-peak hours.
Ifhu Africa, an Australian developer of green supply chain infrastructure, has entered into a deal with Semiconductors Technologies LLC for the development of 14.85 billion Kenyan shillings semiconductor and microchip facilities in Nyeri County, the first science and technology park. Maruza Chikwana, Ifhu Africa founder and managing director, highlighted the value of the development, citing Africa's green industrialization goals, transformative supply chain diversification, job creation, and the advancement of Kenya's position as Africa's Silicon Savannah.
The total value of that is about $400 million in debt and equity over the next 10 years. One of the things that sets Ifhu apart from other developers and financiers of real estate assets, specifically industrial, is that environmental sustainability is at the core of what we do. And so we've committed by 2040 to have net zero emissions, operational emissions, and I'm talking about scope 2 and scope 3, indirect and direct emissions by 2040.
Anthony Githinji, founder and MD of Semiconductors Technology Limited, underscored the importance of building Africa's capacity to contribute to the global technological race by improving physical infrastructure and human capital.
Technology are extremely complicated, sometimes extremely expensive, and they actually require developers that have a keen eye on energy, on operating costs, on the real estate, on the green spaces, because we are looking to be the premier manufacturer of green semiconductors in the continent. What makes STL in Kenya, in Dedan Kimathi unique is because we're on the equator, which means we do not suffer the extremes of climate.
The future of farming technologies is rapidly evolving, with motion sensors playing a pivotal role in water conservation during irrigation. These advanced sensors, when integrated into irrigation systems, offer a smart solution for optimizing water use, ensuring that crops receive the precise amount of water they need without wastage. Motion sensors can be placed strategically in fields to monitor the growth and movement of crops. By detecting plant movement, such as leaves swaying in response to wind or changes in plant posture due to water stress. These sensors can determine when plants need water. Frederick Moore, who's a robotics trainer, has always endeavored to come up with ways in which technology can be integrated in agriculture to enhance food security while also saving water.
I'm a robotics trainer. I usually train robotics to high schools and colleges and also primary schools, whereby I usually teach Scratch and Python programming language.
As an innovator, he has come up with a locally assembled prototype of moisture content sensor that is programmed to control water flow during irrigation by switching on and off without human intervention.
This is the system. Our tank here acts as a reservoir, like a borehole. So I'm going to add some water here. So inside this tank we have a pump whereby it can pump water to this farm. We have the moisture sensor. This is the sensor which is responsible for sensing the moisture level in this farm. And we have the microcontroller. The microcontroller is usually Arduino Uno microcontroller. We have uploaded the code from the computer to the microcontroller. We have the relay. The relay will automate the switching of the pump. And we have the batteries. These are 3.7 by 2 batteries, which they power the pump. Then, with the microcontroller, I'm going to use this battery. It's a 9 volts battery. I'm going to power it. So, if I power the microcontroller, it will automatically start pumping water out of the tank, because the moisture level here is low. So let's see. So as you can see, it will pump until the moisture level is above 60%. As you can see, now automatically it has gone off. Let's try and transfer the sensor to another part whereby we have low moisture level. So the pump automatically will start pumping water. Yes, it's off now.
The moisture sensors can be connected to any automated irrigation systems that can adjust the watering schedule based on the real-time needs of the plant. For example, if the sensor detects the soil is dry or showing signs of water stress, the system can immediately initiate irrigation. The benefits are immense, as it ensures reduced water consumption, as water is delivered only when needed, reducing overall consumption. As crops receive adequate water, it improves growth and yield. Water and energy costs associated with irrigation is also reduced. Most importantly, it minimizes the environmental impact by reducing runoff and preserving natural water sources. As agriculture continues to adopt precision farming techniques, the integration of motion sensors in irrigation systems is expected to become more widespread. Advances in sensor technology, data analytics, and Internet of Things will further enhance the accuracy and efficiency of these systems. This will not only help in conserving water, but also contribute to the overall sustainability and resilience of agriculture in the face of climate change. The use of drones in agriculture in Kenya has been steadily growing as part of the broader adoption of agri-tech solutions aimed at improving agricultural productivity and sustainability. Drones were initially introduced in Kenya's agricultural sector around mid-2010s, primarily by private companies and agricultural research institutions looking to leverage technology for precision farming. Early adopters included large-scale farmers and agricultural enterprises that sought to improve crop monitoring, irrigation management, and pest control through aerial surveillance. The Kenyan government recognized the potential of drones in transforming agriculture and began to support the technology through policy frameworks and partnership with tech companies. The Kenya Civil Aviation Authority developed regulations to guide the safe and legal use of drones, which was crucial in encouraging wider adoption. To ensure the effective use of drones in agriculture, various organizations began offering training programs for farmers, agronomists, and agricultural extension officers. These programs were often supported by international development agencies and NGOs focusing on improving food security in rural areas. The training focused on operating drones, data analysis, and integrating drone technology into existing farm practices. While initially, the use of drones was limited to large-scale farming operations, there has been a gradual increase in adoption among smallholder farmers. This shift has been facilitated by the emergence of drone service providers who offer affordable services to small-scale farmers. These services include crop health monitoring, precision spraying, and soil analysis, which help smallholder farmers optimize their input and increase yields. Kenyan tech startups and agri-tech innovators have been pivotal in customizing drone technology to suit local farming conditions. For instance, drones have been adapted to handle small plot sizes typical of many Kenyan farms, and innovations have focused on making drones more affordable and user-friendly. Local companies have also developed software tailored to the needs of Kenyan farmers, enabling better analysis of drone captured data. Despite the benefits, the use of drones in agriculture in Kenya faces challenges such as high initial costs, limited access to technology in remote areas, and regulatory hurdles. However, the continued support from government, coupled with increasing awareness and training, presents significant opportunities for scaling up the use of drones.
We have a plan on agriculture issues to do it, food security, and it will be an opportunity for us as a ministry to really get ideas, some wisdom, and make some decision on how best we can deliver on the agenda on food security.
The impact of drones in Kenyan agriculture is evident in improved crop yields, better pest management, and more efficient use of inputs like water and fertilizers. Looking forward, the integration of drones with other technologies such as AI and Internet of Things is expected to further revolutionize agriculture in Kenya. As technology evolves, drones will likely play a crucial role in enhancing food security, improving farm incomes, and addressing challenges related to climate change and resource management in Kenya's agricultural sector. Paul Mushui, a director in Nikola Energy, which is the pioneer waste-to-energy company in Kenya, notes that food insecurity has become a major issue in Kenya and East Africa.
Initially, we had started out in the energy sector, believe it or not. We tried to set up a waste-to-energy facility, but it proved that probably we're a bit ahead of our time, so we decided to pivot a bit into agriculture. For us, how this came about was, I have a mother who farms in Meru. She also has a widows group that she supports, and we quickly found out that there were most of the women were farmers, and they could not, at least the yield rates were very low, and we saw an opportunity there, right? So for us, we believe that smallholder farmers are the backbone of the food security architecture in Kenya, and we're looking to solve for them.
That is why Nikola Energy is developing solutions that promote high-yield growth of vegetables without the need of excessive space and water.
there are two facets of what we do. The first facet is hydroponic setups, which mainly we facilitate or propagate in urban areas like Nairobi. So we've set up a few setups in Kibera, for example. And we believe that this allows for maximizing of space because, as you know, in the urban areas, it's difficult to, well, access to land is low, and so you have to maximize the little space that we do have. And yeah, so we believe that hydroponics allows most farmers in the urban areas to maximize their space, and this is one way we chose to support them. The other facet now is smallholder farmers. Smallholder farmers in the rural setup, and this is now how we actually came to be. We visited my mother's widows group in Meru, and we quickly found out that they are underrepresented, and we looked to represent them in the farming architecture in this country. We believe that farmers, and smallholder farmers specifically, are the backbone of this country. Even though for most people they will tell you that they do participate mostly in subsistence farming, and well, in that might not directly support food security, but we do believe that if they're not able to feed themselves, the country is at a loss. And so we are trying to help them better support themselves, giving them tools and the technology tools that will allow them to have access to precision agriculture, which normally would be out of their reach because of the costs that come around precision agriculture. So it's what we call the agricultural infrastructure platform. Here we onboard farmers, and when we onboard them, we now set out to visit them every 2 weeks for all of the farmers. We onboarded my mom's farmers group. We onboarded all the ladies there, their widows, so we onboarded all of them, and yeah.
I hope you've taken something from that very interesting engagement with Paul, the CEO and founder of Nikola Energy. Have you been inspired by it? Talk to us at KBC Channel 1. The hashtag to use is #TakeOnTech. My name is Stephanie Yatev. I will see you next week, same time, same place. Until then, let's keep it tech. Adios.